If you could give a single girl
Yeah.
some dating advice, what would you say to her?
How old?
Let's say she's like 21.
Oh, 21. Fuck. Just bang them all. Bang them all, because men are so immature that you're not gonna lock anyone down. Don't even start thinking yet about the husband stuff. But I will say, bang dudes quietly. Don't tell everybody. Shut the fuck up about it. Just go do your business. Bang girls, bang guys, bang fucking dogs, trans, whatever you want. But keep an eye out for the good ones in your college.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the solid dudes in your back pocket. Like, befriend them, but don't fuck them or date them or nothing until you're kind of like older and you're ready to like settle down with a boy.
Yeah.
And then call that guy up, like that one you had your eyes on. And I'll be like, what's up, dude?
There will be some people who think that that was good advice. If what she's saying is true, it sounds like there's absolutely no downside to it. And if people are willing to go along with it, why not just use different people for different purposes at different times in life? But there's one big inescapable problem with all of this. Every action has consequences. Our ideas become our thoughts become our actions become our habits, and our habits become who we are. If you're living your life chasing short-term gratification and short-term adventure, you're unlikely to ever develop the sort of mental framework you need to be able to endure through the peaks and troughs, good times and dry spells of a romantic relationship. And maybe some people end up being able to hit the brakes and stop just in time, but most people aren't able to judge that before they get there. And you need to stop well before you get there to be ready. For both men and women, the more sexual partners we have before marriage, the less happy we are likely to be during that marriage. Likewise, the more sexual partners someone has, the more likely they are to be unfaithful during marriage. Data from the US General Social Survey found that the number of lifetime sexual partners in women who cheated on their husbands was 2.3 times higher than those who did not. If we break this down further, compared with women who only had one sexual partner in their life, women with 2 to 4 sexual partners were 6 times more likely to cheat. 5 to 10 partners were 9.47 times more likely. 11 to 20 partners were 14 times more likely, and those with more than 20 partners were 16 times more likely to cheat. Even ignoring the huge part of the other side, the men, and what they might think of this, what part of this sounds like a good idea? Someone telling you that promiscuity is all pro and no cons is lying to you. If you're the girl willing to bang them all, you'll get attention, but not many men will be taking you seriously. Men don't care about a woman's sexual past unless he loves her and wants to see her and her sexual expression and receptiveness and response as special. Then it matters a lot.
It's important to be very selective as a woman because men have all a very understandable, but from a woman's perspective, extremely frustrating double standard with respect to female chastity. Chastity is something that they would highly prize in a wife and don't want to see anything in a casual lover.
And there's also the problem of supply. While there are a lot of men willing to have sex with most women, there aren't always a lot of men willing to commit to a relationship. And there are some who leave it too late, or at least until they're in a much weaker position. The dating market is like the job market, which is like any market. Those with the qualities that make them the highest in demand are able to decide where they end up. There are, of course, exceptions. Just like there are some people who smoke their whole lives but somehow never get cancer or never get heart disease. But the exceptions don't prove the rule. A woman planning to call that guy up when she's ready, expecting him to be available and waiting for her, may very well find out that he is no longer available. Maybe he liked her at one point, but saw that she wasn't interested in building something long term. And if he had any sense of self-worth, he would have moved on and found someone who was. While sex is cheap and plentiful, good long-term partners with good habits and values are hard to find. And well, you snooze, you lose. Related to this, out of every 10 women who end up without children, only one of them decided from the start that she didn't want to have them. Another one of them discovered that she was unable to, which leaves 8 out of 10 childless women who thought that they would have children, but in reality, it never happened. Opportunities cannot be taken for granted. Good partners who can be good parents are rare. And again, you snooze, you most probably lose. So doesn't the older woman in this video know better? Why do some older women give advice like this to younger women? Well, because while older men see themselves in the lives of younger men, older women see themselves as younger women and in competition with younger women. And women in general are much more covertly competitive than men. A study published in January this year found that women, when put in the hypothetical scenario of having to advise how much hair a woman should cut off, they were more likely to recommend that those other women go for shorter haircuts, because they knew that that would sabotage the competition. We see the same thing in the body positivity movement. If her friends are fatter, they're less likely to get attention, so that means more for her. So she will encourage that behavior while pretending to be on their side. And this isn't exclusive to women. I had a male friend once who advised me against dating a girl, pretending to have my best interests at heart, whereas in fact he just wanted to date her. But I think that this covert rivalry is much more common among women. Men are much more likely to be open about their competitiveness. As with all advice, be careful who you listen to. Sometimes misery just loves company. The comedian Bill Burr once said that no man is ever honest with women because they're too busy trying to fuck them. This is why fathers and brothers are so important in the lives of women. They are perhaps the only men who are not interested sexually, and so they can give a male perspective without a hidden agenda. In any case, find the pros and cons in each possible decision. Anyone who tells you that something doesn't have any downsides is lying to you. I hope this message was helpful. See you next time.